Max wasn't your average teenager. He could control fire, not just start it, but command it. He could shape it, hurl it, and even absorb its heat. It flowed through him, an extension of his will. His abilities manifested on his 16th birthday. A burst of flame, spontaneous and powerful. It scared him at first. Now it was his calling. He honed his skills, practicing in secret, preparing for the day he'd use them to protect his city. Max knew this gift wasn't for show. It was a responsibility, a blazing torch against the encroaching darkness. And that darkness had a name: the Shadow Syndicate. The Shadow Syndicate, a ruthless organization shrouded in mystery terrorizing the city. Their leader, Draven, commanded shadows, manipulating fear itself. His goal: to plunge the city into eternal darkness. Max knew he had to act. The Syndicate's crimes grew bolder, their grip on the city tightening. He'd trained for this. He was ready to fight. He tracked their movements, followed whispers in the alleys, and chased shadows that danced on the edge of his vision. Max knew the confrontation was inevitable. He could feel it in the air, thick with anticipation and dread. The Syndicate was holding hostages atop the city's tallest skyscraper. Max knew this was his moment. He leaped from building to building, a fiery comet streaking across the night sky. He landed on the rooftop, a blazing inferno in human form. The Syndicate thugs, armed and ready, charged at him. Max didn't flinch. He raised his hand and a wall of fire erupted, repelling the attackers. Their shadows danced in fear as Max advanced, his eyes burning with determination. The battle had begun. Draven emerged from the shadows, eyes gleaming with malice. He wore darkness like a cloak, his voice a chilling whisper. "You cannot stop me, boy," he hissed. Max stood his ground. "This city is not yours to control," he retorted, his voice strong and clear. He wouldn't be intimidated. Draven unleashed a wave of darkness, consuming everything in its path. Max countered with a surge of fire, a beacon of hope against the encroaching shadows. The two forces clashed in a blinding explosion of light and darkness. The rooftop battle raged. Max fought with fiery fury, pushing back against the relentless shadows. He freed the hostages, shielding them with walls of fire. But the Syndicate had a plan. As Max focused on Draven, Syndicate thugs ambushed him from behind. They struck him with weapons imbued with shadow energy, draining his strength. Max staggered, his flames faltering. He was outnumbered, outmaneuvered. The shadows pressed in, threatening to extinguish his light. He had to escape. Draven's laughter echoed through the night. "You are finished, boy," he sneered. "Your fire will be swallowed by my darkness." They forced Max towards the edge of the rooftop. Below, the city sprawled, a sea of twinkling lights now threatened by the encroaching shadows. He was trapped. Max looked at the city, at the people huddled in fear. He couldn't give up. He had to find a way to turn the tide. Max took a deep breath, focusing his remaining energy. He remembered his training, the words of his mentor echoing in his mind. Fire is not just destruction, it is life, it is renewal. He channeled his power, not into a raging inferno, but into a concentrated beam of heat. He aimed it at the building's structure, weakening its support. The rooftops shuddered, throwing the syndicate off balance. Max seized the opportunity, unleashing a final burst of fire, creating an opening for his escape. He plunged into the night, a phoenix diving into the darkness. Max regrouped, nursing his wounds. He watched the sky lighten, the first rays of dawn pushing back the shadows. He felt his strength returning, fueled by hope and the city's unwavering spirit. He returned to the skyscraper, now bathed in the golden light of dawn. Draven was weakened, his power waning with the rising sun. The syndicate was in disarray, their shadows fading with the darkness. Max confronted Draven one last time. The battle was fierce, but the outcome was inevitable. As the sun climbed higher, Draven's shadows dissipated, leaving him powerless. Max, empowered by the dawn, emerged victorious. With the Shadow Syndicate defeated, the city breathed a collective sigh of relief. Max stood tall, a symbol of courage and resilience. He had faced the darkness and emerged victorious, reminding everyone that even in the darkest night, hope can ignite the dawn.